The greatest strength isn't found in the loudest shout, but in the force that needs no voice. In a world obsessed with retaliation, response, and proving oneself at every turn, silence is often mistaken for surrender. We're taught to resist insults, speak up when ignored, and strike back when attacked. But what if true power lies not in opposition but in restraint? This is the paradox. You gain real control not by resisting your opponent's energy, but by mastering your own. Enter Machiavelli. Niccolò Machiavelli, the controversial thinker on power, manipulation, and political control, grasped what many still miss: mastering your image, emotions, and reactions is more potent than raw force. In The Prince, Machiavelli wrote, "If you can't be both loved and feared, let them fear you." But this fear isn't about violence. It's about control, control of perception, timing, and even silence. Today, we'll explore 6 rules of silence for absolute power. These aren't empty boasts or mind games. They're calculated growth, invisible strength, and the subtle art of becoming unshakable. Begin this journey with eyes wide open, looking not just outward but inward. You'll see power isn't about controlling others. It's about never letting others control you. Share this affirmation in the comments. Silence is my strongest weapon. Before we dive deeper, hit like, comment, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't skip a second. Every moment builds towards something profound. First, stop explaining yourself. Benjamin Disraeli said, "Never complain. Never explain." One of the most potent forms of power is letting go of the need to be understood. Most people are addicted to justifying. They constantly explain decisions, defend actions, and seek validation. Every time you over-explain, you give away a piece of your power. You silently signal, "Your opinion matters more than my peace." True power begins the moment you stop handing it over. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone say no without reason or act unexpectedly, yet refuse to justify? There's something magnetic and mysterious about them. A quiet authority, even a hint of intimidation. That's because power lies in simplicity, in clarity that needs no defense. Machiavelli knew this deeply. He urged rulers to act decisively while concealing their true intentions. If others can't predict your motives, they can't control or manipulate you. That unpredictability is power in real life. Maybe you're quietly growing, changing habits, or leaving toxic people behind. Success may not yet be visible, and others doubt you. Don't respond. Let time speak for you. Every explanation you offer is a crack in the dam you're building. And trust me, the dam holds immense power. People fear what they can't read. They can dismiss what they understand. But if you're a silent storm moving with purpose, you become untouchable. The strongest walk away from arguments they could win, just to preserve their peace. They know reacting is a distraction. If someone demands your reasons, they're likely not aligned with your path. This silence isn't weakness. It's a weapon. You don't owe them answers. You owe yourself results. Second, let their ego destroy them. Napoleon Bonaparte said, "When your enemy makes a mistake, don't interrupt." Power isn't always about advancing. Sometimes it's strategic stillness. Watching others overplay their hand while you stand firm. The ego is a blindfold. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who believes they're untouchable. The rule is, when someone insults, underestimates, or provokes you, don't correct them. Let them think you're insignificant. Let them lower their guard. Then strike. Machiavelli believed in appearances, not for deceit, but for strategy. Seem weaker than you are. Act less sharp than you are. This gives you the edge. It offers insight. Most importantly, it exposes your opponent's true nature. True power resists the urge to prove itself. The moment you try to prove something, you're playing their game. And if that game is ego, guess what? They've practiced it longer than you. Let them talk. Let them underestimate you. Let them mistake your silence for ignorance. While they perform, you're building. This plays out in every part of life, career, relationships, social status. Someone thinks they've outdone you. They boast about their position. They mock your silence. But with patience, focus, and strategy, their own ego will unravel them. Have you ever seen someone so overconfident they act recklessly, assuming you're no threat? It happens often. In those moments, you have a choice: match their energy or master your own. Choose mastery. You can't control the board by moving every piece at once. You win by letting them believe you're losing, then striking with absolute clarity. Let their ego build the stage. You just wait for the curtain to fall. Third, success is your only response. The Joker in The Dark Knight said, "If you're good at something, never do it for free." There's a quiet beauty in focusing so fiercely on yourself that outside noise fades away. Others envy. You build. They doubt your worth. You keep building. They stir drama. You stay focused. That's the formula. Machiavelli warned that public image is everything. He advised leaders not to waste time defending their reputation, but to focus on achievements that silence critics. In other words, don't talk about power. Build it. The most misunderstood people are those in transformation. You're no longer your old self, but not yet your full potential. So what happens? People judge. They doubt. They dismiss you. In that fragile phase, most crumble, but not you. Your task is to build quietly in the shadows. Don't flaunt every step. Don't broadcast every plan. Don't argue back. Let your growth make them regret their misjudgments. Let them wonder what you're building. Let them guess. Let them fall silent when you walk into the room months later. Not because you spoke loudly, but because you've become someone new. That's how the powerful win through results. Through silence. Through undeniable evolution. Share this affirmation in the comments. My success is my only response. Fourth, disappear to rise stronger. Marcus Aurelius said, withdraw into yourself. In silence, you'll find strength. Sometimes, the most powerful move is to step away, not out of anger or weakness, but strategy. Conversations grow shallow. Energy feels heavy. Expectations are low. That's when you need to vanish. This isn't isolation, it's incubation. Machiavelli distrusted crowds. He warned leaders that the masses are fickle. They praise you today, curse you tomorrow. That's why true leaders govern from a distance, not out of arrogance, but preservation. Distance brings clarity, and clarity brings power. There's something sacred in stepping back. You stop performing. You stop reacting. You stop feeding the noise. In that silence, You reconnect with your purpose. You recalibrate. You rebuild. But society dislikes when you disappear. Why? Because when you're not constantly present, you become unpredictable. Unpredictable people are dangerous because they can't be controlled. So, people try to guilt you. They say you've changed, that you're acting strange. Good. That's the point. You're not meant to repeat old cycles. You're not meant to be available for the same drama, gossip, or comfort zones. Your withdrawal is your weapon. Wield it. When you vanish from sight, you're free from comparison. You start hearing your inner voice. And when you return, if you choose to, you'll be sharper, calmer, more focused than ever. They won't recognize you, and they shouldn't. Let your old self fade away. You don't owe anyone a front row seat to your transformation. You don't need to publicize your goals. Disappear. Then rise like the moon emerging from clouds, radiant, complete, undeniable. Share this affirmation in the comments. I disappear to rise higher. Fifth, don't react, observe. Lao Tzu said, mastering others may show strength, but mastering yourself is true power. Most can't control the reflex to react. Someone insults you. You fire back. They doubt you. You prove them wrong. They disrespect you. You defend yourself. But here's the rule. Every reaction is a transaction, and you pay with your power. Machiavelli knew emotions cloud judgment. A prince who reacts impulsively is easily manipulated, but one who observes, remembers, and waits for the right moment is formidable. Think of the most dangerous people in any room. They're not the loudest or most aggressive. They're the quietest. They watch, remember, learn patterns, gather data, and when the time is right, they act with precision. That's your approach now. Don't argue with fools. Study them. Don't retaliate when attacked. Analyze. Don't respond to every jab. Record it mentally to use as leverage later. You're not passive. You're strategic. This applies everywhere. Relationships, work, public spaces. In relationships, when someone tries to manipulate you, don't argue. Observe their behavior. Store it in your mind. Trust that pattern. At work, when someone undermines you, don't react emotionally. Take note. Understand their game. Use it to outmaneuver them when the time comes. In public, when someone tries to humiliate you, stay calm. They reveal more about themselves than you. Let their insecurities expose them. This isn't coldness, it's wisdom. You're not a puppet. You don't dance on command or react on cue. Your strength lies in choosing when, how, or if to respond. While they react to everything, you're building a reservoir of memory, strategy, and legacy. When the moment comes, your precision will seem like luck, but it's not. It's restraint. Sixth, defeat them with indifference. Anton Chekhov said, being insulted by a fool is a pleasure. There's a stage of growth where insults no longer sting, not because people stop trying, but because you stop caring. That moment is true dominance. You've heard. Defeat them with kindness. But kindness still takes energy. It acknowledges their existence. What if you go further? What if you defeat them with indifference? That's the ultimate power, ignoring petty provocations. Machiavelli believed leaders must ignore trivial distractions. He wrote that a wise leader appears virtuous but acts only when it serves their greater vision. Dismiss insults that don't matter, petty fights, or anything that doesn't align with your purpose. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every insult needs a comeback. Not every rumor needs clarification. The most powerful know their worth isn't up for debate. Their indifference terrifies the insecure. They want you to flinch. They want you to lose composure. When you stay unmoved, they unravel. Imagine this: someone provokes you, but you smile, nod, or walk away. What happens? They escalate, growing louder, more dramatic. Why? Your silence echoes like thunder, declaring, "I'm not on your level." That's dominance, not through noise, not through revenge, but through a calm, deliberate choice to disengage. Let them talk. Let them provoke. Let them wonder why you're unaffected. While they obsess over your silence, you're building something greater. You've mastered your reactions, presence, and inner peace. That control is unassailable, authentic, and earned through emotional discipline. Next time someone drags you into a pointless argument, don't respond. Don't defend. Don't explain, just move forward as if they never existed. That's how you dominate without stepping into the arena. It's not weakness, it's emotional immortality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Now you know the 6 rules of silence for total dominance. But one thing ties them together: self-mastery. Each point in this video isn't just strategy, it's about you, your silence, your restraint, your growth, your indifference. These aren't retreat, they're the foundation of Stoic power. Stoicism mirrors Machiavelli's genius perfectly. If you master yourself, no one else can. Let them underestimate you. Let them gossip. Let them wonder. Your power isn't proven through noise, but through what you choose not to do. You don't react. You don't beg. You don't explain. You don't engage in petty battles because you're building an empire within. The Stoics believed the greatest victory is over yourself, not enemies, not rivals, not the world, but your own inner voice craving anger, revenge, or validation. Master that, and everything else falls into place.